Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Biblical Layman. My name is Ricardo Escobar. I am super excited because today we're starting a new series called Compatibilism. In this series, I'm going to go through the Bible to demonstrate why I believe compatibilism is the best view to reconcile God's sovereignty and man's free will. Now, before we get into today's passage, let's define compatibilism. In a nutshell, without getting too deep into the definition, compatibilism says God's sovereignty and man's free will can coexist in this world. They are compatible. We don't have to limit God's sovereignty and we don't have to limit man's free will. So now that we kind of got a basic definition of it, let's look at today's passages to demonstrate how man's free will and God's sovereignty can coexist. So our first passage comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verses 8 through 10. Listen to what it says. Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply, and if war breaks out, they join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land. Therefore, they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh store cities, Pithom and Ramses. So I actually read through verse 11, but the gist of this passage is basically this. A new king rose to power in Egypt, did not know who Joseph was. He saw the Israelites growing too strong and he dealt shrewdly with them. He burdened them. He set taskmasters over there. They basically became slaves. However, in Psalms 105, we get a different perspective. Listen to what Psalms 105, 23 to 25 says. Then Israel came to Egypt. Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And the Lord made his people very fruitful and made them stronger than their foes. He turned their hearts to hate his people, to deal craftily with his servants. So in Psalms 105, verses 23 to 25, the author says that it was God who not only multiplied the Israelites, his people, but he also turned the Egyptians' hearts to hate his people and to deal craftily with them. Now there's a Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs 21, that says that the king's heart is like a stream of water in the Lord's hand, and he moves it as he wills. And so in both of these passages, we see Pharaoh, who's a man, who's a human being, freely willing and wanting to burden the Israelites because they're getting too powerful. And yet we see God's plan in history being unfolded here, that it was God who multiplied them and also turned our hearts to hate his people. And why? Well, because this led to the great Exodus. So those are our two passages for today to demonstrate why I believe compatibilism is the best view to reconcile God's sovereignty and man's free will. If you like this video and you like this series, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to be dropping a lot more content like this. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, again, this is the Biblical Layman. Thank you so much. God bless.